KTXT, the Raider on 88.1 FM. Good morning, Texas Tech, Internet, and the rest of the world who may be joining us today. It is Friday, November 18th, 2016. I'm Brian Jimenez, filling in for Ricardo Cortez because he decided to take a morning off and be lazy, so I thought I'd come in once again. But it's not just me, it's the rest of the wonderful people on this show, like Andy Koke.
That's me.
That's you.
Hi, I'm Andy.
And then we also got Brandon Medina on sports.
That's right, man. Your boy Big Poppy's in the building.
We're supposed to also have Andrew Marks on sports, but he decided to take his sweet time, so he should be joining us momentarily. But on news, we have Miss Haylee Uptergrove.
Hey, everybody.
And this is your Friday GMTT crew. It's going to be a fun episode. We got some music news, we got some sports, we got some trivia on the way. More on that later. But for now, let's go ahead and get into some news. Miss Uptergrove, what's on the news today?
Thanks so much, Brian. We've got some stuff about Mr. Trump. We've got the FBI. We've got a good amount of information for all of you lovely listeners on this Friday morning. 2 students and their teacher at a San Antonio high school are in hot water over a skit performed in class that depicted the assassination of President-elect Donald Trump. The San Antonio Express-News reports that Marshall High School has taken what it calls appropriate action over the skit that involved one of the students using a gunfire sound off his cell phone and another student falling to the ground. The teacher reportedly stopped the skit before it ended, but the parents of one of the students who witnessed the performance says that reprimands are not enough and that all 3, the teacher and the 2 students, should be suspended. The FBI is joining the investigation into the disappearance of University of Houston sophomore Carl Convoys, son of longtime Michigan Congressman John Conyers. Houston police say the 21-year-old was last seen Tuesday by his roommate. His girlfriend, Daisha Lewis, says she went to visit the Conyers Tuesday night, but found only a pack bag in his room. Meanwhile, the congressman and his family are asking for privacy as they work through what they call the situation of uncertainty. The pastor of First Baptist Church in Dallas is not apologizing for calling a prominent black protest leader in Dallas a thug. Dr. Robert Jeffress used the word, which some equate to the N-word, in an interview with Fox News while referring to Dominique Alexander, leader of the Next Generation Action Network. Last weekend, Alexander marched his group to First Baptist, a church he calls the mother mecca of all hate that lives in Dallas. And finally, a Houston TV station is telling one of its reporters, "You're fired," after she publicly expressed her joy over Donald Trump becoming the president-elect. Scarlett Fokker says KRI-TV fired her for expressing her conservative views on her private Facebook page. Fokker says she's overwhelmed by the love and prayer from her supporters. Last week, she posted that she was happy and relieved that Donald Trump would help turn the country around from the growing violence and racism under the Obama administration. That does it for your KTXT News Update. I'll have more news for you at the half hour, but first, here is DG with your weather.
Thanks, Haylee. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity. Sunny and breezy today, much cooler than the rest of the week. Highs today in the mid-50s with northerly winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Clear tonight. Lows in the lower 20s. Looks like our first hard freeze of the year, or of the season, I should say, will be tonight and early tomorrow morning. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour overnight. And sunny and cooler tomorrow. Highs in the mid-50s Saturday with southerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour forecast. Currently in Lubbock, fair skies, 36 degrees. Wind is from the north at 16 miles per hour. That's creating a wind chill of 26 degrees. Now back to Good Morning Texas Tech here on the Raider, 88.1.
Man, this weather. It's time to talk about that for 5 more minutes, but jeez, I was not prepared.
Neither was I.
Really? We've been saying all week it's going to be cold on Friday.
I wasn't paying attention, Haley. I'm sorry.
Well, thanks,
okay,
Brian.
I'm not perfect.
I knew that we were gonna get like a cold front coming in. I just didn't know it was gonna be today. So I woke up and then I had to like change twice because I was like, you know what, this isn't. I need more layers.
Yeah, I just kind of took it with a grain of salt. I'm like, they say it's gonna be cold, but it's Lubbock, so it's probably gonna be cold for like 5 minutes and then get hot.
That means like
5 minutes later.
What a Brian.
That's not how
Jimenez
cold
thing
fronts
to do.
work, Brian.
Well, I don't like it. No, I'm just kidding. But I had my beak out. It was fine. It's nice to actually have some cool weather. Well, cool is kind of an understatement, but it was pretty cold.
I think they said the high's gonna be like, what is it like? What did you say the high's gonna be today, Haley?
I didn't. DG did.
Oh well, DG. I
said it was going to be in the
Sorry,
50s.
mid-50s?
Mid-50s.
See, that's a nice weather. I like that.
See,
weather.
like, that's
calm.
normal.
That's calm. But like when we start getting like 30s and 20s, that's when I'm like, I want to move back.
Well, because all week it was starting off in like the 40s. By 3 o'clock, it's like 85 degrees. It's like, come on, do I wear something
Yeah.
warm?
It's
Do I
like
wear shorts? Make up your mind, Mother Nature, please.
The mid-fall, winter-ish uniform would probably be like a winter coat, giant winter coat, and
Yes.
then shorts.
Ah, see,
It's kind of just
And
that's
shorts.
how weather works here.
fashion tips with Andy Koke. And joining us is Andrew Marks. We'll be
Hi,
getting to
Andrew.
sports momentarily.
The struggle bus is real. It's okay.
But, I guess based on Haley's news that people still aren't taking the thought of President-elect Donald Trump well,
Yeah.
giving
they
that assassination skit. So that's pretty interesting stuff right there.
It is pretty interesting. I think that's a little, obviously.
It's a little over the top.
So definitely a little over the top, especially for, you say middle school?
High school.
High
High
school
school
skit? Like, that's a little much.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely a little much.
Yep.
For anybody, especially some high school kids.
I know. I mean, it's weird. Because at first when when you were reading it, I thought you were referring to, like, elementary school kids. Because you know how, like, elementary school kids, they'll put, like, skits together every now and then.
I would love to see
And
that.
I was
never
like,
did
man,
one about
that would
murder when I
be
was in elementary,
something.
But yeah,
Oh, gosh.
it's
So-
just, I don't know.
It's just over the top. I get that he's not a very popular dude. And, regardless of what your thoughts are, not a lot of people are thrilled about it. I get it. It's understandable. But a skit like that, come on. Like, were there any actions after the fact? Did they get suspended for a long time?
They
Or
couldn't get
Yeah,
cats.
the teacher. Well, the two kids did it, and then the teacher stopped them in the middle of it. But the teacher's in trouble too. And they're saying
the teacher that stopped them is in trouble?
Yeah. Well, and that's stupid also. But the parents that watched the skit were like, the teacher should have stopped it before it even happened. So they're wanting all three of them to be suspended and all that. So but
I mean-
I don't know if they're going to be.
Knowing high school kids, because high school kids are savages, right? They probably said, oh, we're going to do some kind of celebratory skit about Donald Trump. And then they kind of pulled this
That is
stunt.
true. That is
Well,
true.
and
To,
but
like,
you know
spite
what?
or
The
something.
reason that they think it's okay to do that is because they see all the adults doing stuff like that. Not necessarily skits like that, but just like the
Yeah, it's
protesters
pretty
and
blatant.
all that kind of stuff.
It's easy to access that kind of information, that kind of hate nowadays.
Yes.
With
That's
the
true.
internet.
All you needed to do is just take a little trip to Facebook and boom, it's right there on your feed.
I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about, like, the past 2 terms with Obama, like, how much the internet has grown. And then now we get all of our information through news, through the internet. Whether it be filtered or unfiltered, whether it be right or wrong, everyone generates their own opinion. So obviously this is why that we have all the riots right now. This is why that we have so much public outrage. And also a lot of people not outraged at the same time. It's just like a huge spectrum of just huge emotions in this election.
Yeah, and now it's, I think 6 out of 10 adults get all of their news from Facebook.
Yeah.
So this is like all they're seeing. So of course, there's going to be a lot of outrage, a lot of, upset people, protests, all that kind of stuff.
Kind of like the their own echo chamber.
Well, and
Exactly.
the fact that the last story I was reading about the reporter in Houston who's losing her job because she put on her Facebook page that she was happy President-elect Donald Trump got elected. And I mean that's horrible that she's losing her job over expressing
I'm
her
sure she
political
could,
opinions on her own
take a
page.
lawsuit on that because that's
For
not,
sure. Yeah, she definitely can. Because that breaks all kinds of laws about being able to express freedom of opinion, freedom of speech, all that. So, but I don't know. That makes me really mad.
No, yeah, that's extremely illegal. Also because not only just freedom of speech, but freedom of political speech is the most.
These are our basic rights. That you can't
those are basic
infringe
rights,
on.
and then not only that are they infringing on that, but like you said, I also think it's unfair to say just this election brought up this kind of divide and hatred in between people because I feel it's been like that since I probably started college.
It's been brewing, yeah.
it's been brewing since you could go back to Ferguson and see how hardcore that was. Remember that, and then you could go there's been instances where it's been brewing, and I think this election.
I just feel
brought
we've
it
been
to-
going backwards.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. I don't know. We just need to focus less on debates, more about having a conversation with each other. Maybe we'll find some middle ground.
Well, and it's
That's my
already
hope.
and the thing is, it's already done. What's done is done.
That's- yeah,
we
that's
just
the
have to
other
figure
thing.
out
There's
a
not
way
much
to
you can
move
do.
forward.
Yeah, they just figure out if you whether you like them or not. Let's figure out a way to just move forward. And let's be human for once. Let's be normal again.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Let's
to
just take a
people.
breather, man.
Yeah, for real.
But I'm kind of glad you actually brought up these stories because this is a big hint to what's going to come later in the show. So stick around for that. But let's go ahead and move on to a quick music break. We'll be back with some sports with Brandon and Andrew. Here is Zaya Day, Man on the Moon. Don't go anywhere. It's Friday GMTT.
Run.
So, correction, the name of the song that's currently playing that you can't listen to is
That you can't
Zella
listen to?
Day.
It's too late for that, Brian.
You know what?
Too much.
I'm sorry,
Too
okay?
much,
I'm
man.
human. My pronunciation. I figured double L Spanish.
I am
You gotta
human.
say it like a,
I am
why?
human.
I am only human. I am sorry. But, quick Facebook announcement. So I'm checking some of our stats, and we are just 10 likes away from reaching 2,000 on our Facebook page. So, if you people are watching,
Gotta get there.
You people.
spam your friends list, tell your mother, your father, everyone you know to go like KTXT. That's at the Raider 881 on Facebook. Do it so we can reach 2,000, and maybe we'll have some kind of special celebration when we hit that mark. But please do so. We are so close, people. We've been trying to reach this for a while. So, interesting stuff. We got some sports on the way
Yeah.
with Brandon.
It should be exciting. I'm excited. We have some,
Yeah.
Especially
Got
talking
a
about
lot
this,
of stuff coming on this weekend.
This tech game.
You know, I know you guys yesterday in the overreaction were talking a little bit about Dak Prescott,
Oh,
kind of,
man,
or
DP.
not, or about Tony Romo kind of,
Yeah, we'll go into
passing the torch, I guess, if you will, on that press conference. And Kyle Stafford and I, in between, when you guys were talking about that, we're kind of joking like, man, what if, all this stuff happened, Tony Romo passes the torch and everything, and then the Cowboys just have like a horrible game this weekend. Dak Prescott throws for like 4 interceptions or something.
He just gives some
Don't
bad
say
juju.
that.
Wouldn't that be
man.
the ultimate irony, though? Like, how funny would that be? You gotta
I
admit.
think it'd be hilarious, and that's exactly what I expect to happen from the Cowpokes.
It'll be a true
No.
test to Romo and Jerry Jones sticking to their word.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see that. I'm kind of hoping for that now, just to see
I'm
if
not.
Romo will stick to his word. Clearly you're not.
Yeah, well,
'cause
clearly
you,
you
guys
are.
I mean, I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not.
How about them second place Giants?
Hey, man.
I've noticed that Andrew's a really nice guy until you bring up the Cowboys, and
that's-
then he is mean.
No, it's just
literally
sports
the
in
reason
general.
why
Like,
I
not
brought
even,
up the Cowboys.
Not even the Cowboys. Just
I mean,
sports.
I don't have much room to talk smack, but my Giants barely scratched out a win against the Bengals. So you know what? I can live with it for the week. I can be happy with
Yeah,
it.
it was a nice little claw fight right there. Yeah, they were going at it.
Yeah, it's
Wasn't it 1 point, right? 21-20?
Hey, guys,
Yep.
who's doing the sports update next?
Right here.
Brandon.
that would
which
be
mic? Is
Senor
on mic
Brandon.
3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a little over a minute away.
I hear like a scratching noise. Is someone eating like a bag of chips or something?
I wish I was eating a bag of chips.
Because now I'm
No,
kind of
that's
hungry.
me eating a Snickers.
Ah, okay.
That's good. You're not you and you're
Deej,
hungry.
yeah, you're not. Damn it. You got it before me.
Beat it to it. Haley Uptergrove with the cheesy jokes. Once again.
You guys didn't even make a noise when I said that the reporter in Dallas is getting told you're fired.
Oh, I did, but I was like, that's too easy.
It's too easy. That was what they had on the thing, but I was like, corny. Corny.
I didn't want to
Abel just
address it.
posted a comment, Abel Medina.
Ooh,
Abel.
Papa
Have that
Medina.
one?
We need to support our president even if we do not agree with him on many ideas and hope he succeeds. If our president falls, our country falls, and that would affect every American. I
Much
agree,
agreement.
Mr. Medina.
Hey, Dad,
I
it's
wholeheartedly
too
agree.
early for those deep comments, Dad.
I mean, we were just talking about it.
Okay, about 15 seconds. I'm switching the mics back.
Sounds good.
All right, more on that later.
Thanks, Facebook.
Bye.
Welcome back to Good Morning Texas Tech, and now it is time for your sports update. Therefore, let's jump into what's going on in the sports world. To the NFL we go with a Thursday night game between the New Orleans Saints and Carolina Panthers at home. The Panthers looked absolutely dominant in the beginning of this game and ended up getting a very close win in the end, with the score being 23-20. The next couple of games you should be looking out for are the Cowboys and Ravens, the Cardinals and Vikings, the Eagles and Seahawks, and finally for the NFL big game on Sunday night, it's the Packers versus the Redskins, followed by the Monday night game of the Houston Texans versus the Oakland Raiders in Mexico City. The NBA is in full force, and here are the standings for all Texas teams. We have the Dallas Mavericks sitting at 2-8. We have the Houston Rockets sitting at 7-5, and the San Antonio Spurs sitting nicely at 9-3 as well. With the NBA in full force now, there are already many rumors, lots of drama, and plenty of opportunity for every team in the league. Finally, the Texas Tech Athletics. We got to watch the Texas Tech Red Raiders take on the Oklahoma State University in an extremely close matchup that ended up 44-45 with the score going towards OSU's win. Lots of drama in this game, and we can definitely go into that in just a little bit. However, Texas Tech's men's basketball team is looking absolutely dominant in the first 3 games of the season, ending with a 92-40 win, a 93-67 win, and recently a 70-43 win in their past 3 games. Volleyball took a loss to the University of Texas in 3 sets, and we will take on TCU tomorrow here in Lubbock, Texas. But enough talking, let's jump into this conversation. Back to Good Morning Texas Tech.
All right. Welcome back, folks. Where do we begin? Let's see. Let's start off with a little bit of Tech football. Iowa State this weekend. How are you feeling, Andrew?
Well, I gave my prediction yesterday on my show. I think Tech actually ends up losing. There's a lot of drama going on with this program right now. There's players leaving left and right. There's rumors about more players leaving when the season ends. Players in trouble. I'm nervous about the psyche of this team right now, and Iowa State has played almost all their opponents close, and teams like Texas Tech who go on the road and make mistakes, I have a feeling that Iowa State pulls through and gets their 3rd win, and Tech is gonna be on the road to 4-8. Unfortunately, I don't want to be too negative, but that's what I see. Brandon,
I see where you're coming from. Brandon, what do you think?
I think I agree with Andrew, not on the outcome, but with the psyche of this team. This team has just been absolutely, yes, fragile psyche. Absolutely, have been just getting dominated game by game, whether it be on the defensive side or offensively. This team just seems to be completely out of it, and I mean, a bowl game looks extremely unlikely, and that's to say that's being nice with it. So I think Texas Tech gets this Iowa State win because they have to, and if you don't, bowl game is not happening, and this team is going to have a pretty solid little chat with Coach Cliff Kingsbury, and Cliff Kingsbury is going to have a solid chat with Texas Tech after this game.
And we don't have a show next week here on GMTT, so there's the Baylor game next weekend as well. So really, we're predicting the outcome of the rest of the season here today, and I think 4-8. You think what, 5-7? Or
I would say 5-7 would be the smartest choice to go. However, Baylor has lost; they are beatable. Iowa State's clearly beatable, but Texas Tech is absolutely beatable too. So this can go anywhere, any which way, and we're just hoping for the best.
All right, and since we have a lot of Cowboys listeners, I'm sure you want to talk about maybe Romo's comments for a second?
Sure. Over Facebook break, we kind of had a little mini argument there, but what are your thoughts about Tony Romo kind of passing the baton to Dak Prescott in that press conference? Do you like it? Do you not?
I really liked it. I tweeted out that I already had a lot of respect for Tony Romo, but I think it doubled after that because he shouldn't have had to call that press conference. Week by week, Dak Prescott keeps winning football games 8 in a row. Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones should have came out weeks ago and said that this is Dak Prescott's team. We have an eye on the future and the now, and he's our quarterback. They were, I think, probably saving Tony Romo's feelings, wanting him to think that he had a shot when he came back, but he never did because his team keeps winning because of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. And it's a shame that Tony Romo is the one that had to come out and say, there's not going to be a quarterback controversy. I have Dak Prescott's back, and this is his team. He's earned the right to do it. I thought the higher-ups, the people who run the Dallas Cowboys, should have taken care of this, so their franchise quarterback, or once franchise quarterback, had to take care of it. I just thought it was a shame that he had to do that, but props to him for stepping up and being a good teammate and leader and ending the controversy.
And kind of jumping off that point, and none of this, despite, several different seasons of different mishaps and everything, but none of it really is Tony Romo's fault. Yeah. We're not talking Phillip Rivers or Jay Cutler here where, their performance has just gone downhill for the past few years. It's Tony Romo. He's one of the better quarterbacks of the league. And so it's just a different circumstance. Dak Prescott is just the chosen one, I guess, is what we're seeing. But it's very interesting. And who knows? Maybe this will determine a different future for Tony Romo. Will he remain with the Cowboys?
You can't really be mad at the situation at all. I understand. I feel like everyone on the Cowboys understands this, and it's something that just doesn't happen every single day. 8 straight wins. Come on. You can't really be mad about that
for the first time in, I don't know, my lifetime, at least.
It's the first.
That's a long time.
It's the first time since 77.
There you go.
Yeah, that's very interesting stuff. But, when I was listening to y'all kind of discuss this on Overreaction yesterday, my whole thought process was when he was giving this press conference was going on, every other team was just thinking, how much will Tony Romo take to become the starting quarterback for our organization?
I mean, Jerry.
That's what I was hearing.
Jerry
the whole
comes
time.
out and says that he's going to be back next year.
I don't believe that one bit because Tony
Romo
Romo has about a $24 million cap hit, and you're not going to pay your backup quarterback $24 million.
Exactly.
They were debating on ESPN this week about what team makes the most sense for him. The three teams that come to mind are the New York Jets, the Arizona Cardinals, and then, of course, the Denver Broncos.
I can see the Cardinals.
I think the Broncos would be a great fit.
Yeah, I would say so. With Peyton Manning just leaving there, I mean, they're used to having quarterbacks with a little age, so I feel like that would be the best.
I thought you were going to say quarterbacks leave, and I was like, oh, that's sad.
Not only that, I think the Denver Broncos are usually in a pocket passer kind of offense, so I think he would work perfectly. You have a lot of options there, especially in the offense, a lot of tools there to work with you, and I think they would honestly win a lot of games with Tony Romo in the bag.
Very interesting stuff indeed. Well, let us know on Facebook what your thoughts are. Do you think Tech's going to win? Do you think Romo's going to stay around till next year? Let us know in the comments. But for now, let's move on to another music break. We got Sleigh Bells, I Can Only Stare. Next up, we got some music news with Mr. Koke. Stay tuned.
Every time.
Every time Koke was starting to sing along and then let his hopes down. Welcome back, Facebook. Interesting stuff. I know we didn't get to cover everything we talked about, but as we mentioned, basketball's doing well, off to a 2-0 start. Got the next game tomorrow at noon, I believe.
Yes, it's Eastern Kentucky.
Yes, Eastern Kentucky, which I doubt we'll have a struggling time with because it's Eastern Kentucky.
They had about a 500 record last year, so
yes, I mean,
you never know. I mean, we're not playing any Powder Puff games in the non-conference, but they're not Big 12 quality opponents either.
You know, it's interesting going from the was it Houston Baptist was game one? Yeah, so we went from Houston Baptist and then UNT. You know, there was just kind of like a 30-point drop from Tech's performance. I thought that was kind of interesting. A lot of people brought that up in the press conference afterward too.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were there. You saw in the first game our point guard, Keenan Evans, dropped 28 points in the first game against Houston Baptist. He had, 5 or something like that in the second game?
I think it was like 4, yeah.
Yeah, he was non-existent in the second game, and I think that was the difference in the points. And also, UNT honestly just plays better defense than Houston Baptist. It's really what it is. I mean, they've made a couple tournaments before. They're well coached. And, yeah, I mean, it was just a tougher quality opponent, but Tech still won, comfortably.
Yeah, for sure. And, if you're listening, you haven't been in a game, go to the games. Past 2 games, the turnout, honestly, wasn't too great. I know it's still early, not as big a school as it would be like a Big 12 game.
I feel like when we get back
go to the games.
I think when the Big 12 play starts and we get back for the spring semester, I think
it'll definitely pick up.
I think it'll be about 80% full for those games, if not sold out.
All right, Koke, quick little sneak preview of what's to come for music news. What do you have?
We got some new albums from Phoenix and Fleet Foxes coming out. A little bit more insight on Bob Dylan and his Nobel Peace Prize. Not Nobel Peace Prize, but Nobel Prize kind of situation going back and forth with the committee.
Talking controversy here?
Not controversy, just Bob Dylan being Bob Dylan.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I think going back to you, Koke. I know we talked about this either last week. Last week, I'm pretty sure, or a couple of weeks back. I'm like, no, I think it was last week. Yeah. How about, did you see the Tribe Called Quest that they're gonna put out one more world tour, and then not only is that world tour gonna be like super big, but they said that they want to hit a lot of cities, and at the end of the world tour, all of them are retiring from hip hop, like every single member of the Tribe Called Quest.
Tribe in Lubbock, maybe?
No, not in Lubbock.
We're part of the world. We're part of the world.
No, yeah, I'm all about going to Dallas to see the Tribe, man.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go see them.
I would pay good money to see Tribe Called Quest their last concert.
If you guys didn't listen to Tribe Called Quest's brand new album, it is something of legend that I do. If you're a huge fan, or at least a little bit of a fan of Tribe's older stuff, this is definitely a well executed addition to the albums that they've done to the past. I think it's a really, really well done album.
All right,
really
15 away. I'm switching the mics.
But yeah, let's go back to live radio. Good afternoon, Lubbock. My name is Andy Koke, and I'm here.
Afternoon.
Oh, It's the morning.
I like to jump ahead sometimes.
Good
It
afternoon
happens.
to you too, sir.
I got some music news for you.
What do you got?
First off, we got some new album releases, or speculation of new album releases. The French band Phoenix changed all of their images on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, from their 2013 album, which kind of speculates a new album coming through. The last thing that they did was a cover of the Beach Boys' Alone on Christmas Day for Bill Murray's A Very Merry Christmas in 2015. But after that, there's been nothing yet to report. Fleet Foxes, the legendary folk band who left the scene for lead singer Robin Pecknold to attend NYU to get his college degree, finally are releasing their follow-up album to 2013's Helplessness Blues, which a lot of people, including myself, are really excited for. They recently announced that they are playing their first show in over 3 or so years in Europe. So that's something to look forward to. There's been a lot of posts on Pecknold's Instagram account about him in the studio, the band in the studio, so there's a lot of buzz going around about that. More news about Bob Dylan's Nobel Prize ceremony, which is coming up on December 10th. He's saying that he wants to accept the prize, but he doesn't want to attend the ceremony. The Swedish Academy that is giving out the Nobel Prize says that, unfortunately, all they want him to do is a little bit of a speech. If he doesn't attend to give out the speech, then it seems like he might not be receiving the award. Anyways, recently, last week, music legend Leonard Cohen died on November 7th, and his manager came out to give a little bit more insight on his death. What his manager said was that he passed away in the middle of the night. It was sudden, unexpected, but peaceful. Cohen was about to release his latest and final studio LP, which was called You Want It, Darker, which was apparently not finished, and he was quoted saying that he's ready to die, or just that he won't be able to finish his final work, but he hopes that it wasn't too uncomfortable. But for him, it's good that he went so peacefully in the night.
That sounds like a song.
Peacefully in the night?
Peacefully in the night.
We got some news about Prince. Prince recently passed away earlier this year in April, but that doesn't mean that he can't stop people from stealing his music. Jay-Z's Rock Nation, his streaming group Tidal, is actually in some hot water for playing 15 Prince albums on Tidal's servers, which Prince's estate did not have a liking to. So they are filing a suit to move forward against Jay-Z's Tidal. Lastly, I thought this was really funny. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the guy behind Hamilton and In the Heights, amazing writer, came out and said that in high school, Immortal Technique, famous rapper, used to bully him and his friends constantly.
Huh.
And now that it's kind of weird because he went back, and now that life has gone on, they both have success. Obviously, Manuel in writing and Broadway, and then Immortal Technique in hip hop. They kind of just like diverged into their own ways, but everyone kind of starts out in that angsty teen kind of growth period. So it's kind of funny to hear like a personal story that Lin-Manuel used to be that guy that got bullied, and then Immortal Technique used to be the bully, and now they're both successful and very insightful, and obviously they probably know each other, they probably talk to each other, and it's kind of like crazy how things have turned out. So that was music news that I thought was pretty important in the last week.
So out of these new album releases, or soon to be, which one are you most looking forward to?
Oh, the Fleet Foxes album for sure.
Fleet Foxes? I thought you were going to say Phoenix.
Phoenix is really good. I really liked what they do, but I just feel like the influences that Fleet Foxes brings is just second to none. They just incorporate so many amazing instruments, and their lyrics are just so insightful. And I'm just a huge fan of what they do. They're the pinnacle of indie folk and what they can accomplish. And I really like that they took a little bit of a break. Their drummer Josh Tillman obviously found very good commercial success with his past 2 albums as Father John Misty, his solo act. And then Robin Pecknell, of course, went back to school at NYU to get his degree. So there was a little bit of an absence, a little bit of a void left in folk rock or just indie folk in general. So it's really cool that they're back and kind of paving a new wave for indie folk in the future. So
Now, this whole Bob Dylan thing is pretty interesting. Now the committee's saying, hey, man, if you don't take the award, we might not give it to you. Kind of a blackmail.
I mean,
sort of, almost.
like it's kind of like that's just kind of all they expect. But Dylan being Dylan, he's just like, it took him forever to even respond to acknowledge that he was receiving a Nobel Peace Prize. So like, I feel like the committee is getting a little bit, I wouldn't say angry, but a little bit peeved at Dylan.
Why do you think that Dylan doesn't want to give this speech?
I mean,
what's your thoughts?
I think it's just all comes down. It comes down to ego. Yeah, DG just said because it's Bob Dylan. That's pretty much.
That sounds like
can't really
such
say
an
much
accurate
else than
thing.
that.
Like, oh, you won a Nobel Prize. Cool, but I'm not going.
That's
I feel like that's something
Yeah,
Johnny
thanks, I
Depp would
guess.
do.
That's a legend right there.
No, that's,
That's a legend.
So you're comparing Johnny Depp to Bob Dylan, Haley?
I'm just saying, if Johnny Depp won a Nobel Prize, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't go
Nah,
to the ceremony
Johnny-
You
either.
can't
I
even
don't
win an
know.
Oscar. Let's not get ahead of
Hey,
ourselves.
hey,
Oh,
I like John- I'm
Brian, I'm
hating-
sorry. What are you doing? Because
Hey.
you have tons of successful movies and millions of dollars, and
I'm
were
still
you
in
married to
college.
Miranda Kerr?
Wow.
or
Okay,
to
we're
a
not
super-
gonna
Oh boy, I really triggered
compare.
Haley.
Woohoo! Let's fight.
I love Johnny Depp. Don't get me wrong, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
We're not going
please.
to compare the Depp man to
Bob
BJ
Dylan.
over here. All right.
I wasn't
We're
saying
just not
anything
gonna
bad
do
about
that.
him.
We're not going to do that.
All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and move on to some news. All right, that way you can get off my back for a moment. And,
Let's
uh,
relax.
Let's just take a breather.
Take some steam.
Johnny Depp announces new award.
All right, Haley, what's on the news?
Oh, just the same old, same old. We've got some interesting stories here for you. Miami voters go for Donald Trump in a big way. Miami, Texas voters, that is. Rural Roberts County is in the Texas Panhandle is the most pro-Trump county in the nation, with over 95% of registered voters casting a ballot for Trump. Miami is the county seat of the rural parish. There are less than 1,000 people residing in all of Roberts County. 4 Playboy Playmate models are suing strip clubs in San Antonio and Abilene for allegedly using their images without their permission. Sarah Underwood, Athena Lundberg, Rosie Jones, and Tiffany Toth accused the Dixie Rose Cabaret locations of doctoring their photos to make it appear that they work as strippers in the Texas clubs. The lawsuit filed this week seeks $1 million in damages. Landry's, the Houston-based restaurant and entertainment company, is suing an animal rights group over allegations that the white Bengal tigers on display at the company's downtown aquarium are being mistreated. The lawsuit filed yesterday in Harris County accuses the Animal Legal Defense Fund of defaming the company owned by Houston billionaire Tillman Tari. Landry's claims that the ALDF is making false statements about the living conditions of the 4 tigers who have called the aquarium home since 2004. The lawsuit seeks a retraction of the statements made by the animal rights group and unspecified damages. And finally, Dallas Congressman Jeb Hensarling isn't saying much about his meeting yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, but Hensarling tells KTV-TV that he did tell Trump that he's willing to serve on his team. Hensarling is reportedly on Trump's shortlist to serve in his administration. That does it for your KTXT News Update. I'm Haley. Now we have DG with your weather.
Thanks, Haley. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity. Sunny and breezy today, but a much colder bit of weather in store for Friday. Highs only in the mid-50s today with northerly winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Clear tonight, lows in the lower 20s, expecting our first hard freeze of the season tonight and early Saturday morning. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour will make for some bitter wind chills tonight. And sunny tomorrow, highs Saturday once again in the mid-50s with southerly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour forecast. Clear skies Saturday night, sunny and warmer Sunday, and looks like sunny weather expected for the early part of next week. Currently in Lubbock, fair skies, 36 degrees. Wind is from the north at 16 miles per hour. That's creating a wind chill of 26 degrees. Definitely want to bundle up as you head out this morning. Good morning, Texas Tech. Friday edition continues. Here's The Bad Dream by Indicator on the Raider, 88.1.
Hello, Facebook people. Welcome back. You know, I'm glad, well, not necessarily glad, but it's kind of funny that we have all this news updates about Trump because, for those of you that have stuck with us and throughout the hour, we have a Donald Trump trivia game on the way for our next segment. I'm very excited about it. I think we have some interesting questions. So basically how it's going to work, we'll just kind of go around as a staff, ask DG a question. DG will attempt to get each answer correctly, and we're just going to have fun with it. We have 10 questions prepared. We may not get to all of them, but we'll just kind of play around with it, I guess. But should be fun. Should be absolute fun.
Should be huge.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. I was waiting for somebody to pick that up. Okay, good. What else?
We know many, many people who like to play Donald Trump trivia.
Exactly. I used the same segment on one of my previous shows from last week, and I figured, well...
So now we're just a hand-me-down show? Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm kidding. Since, the whole Trump controversy hasn't ended, really, I figured, it's still an appropriate time to use it. So I like to come up with trivia games because I'm a nerd like that, I guess.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby, I guess. Oh, gosh. Let's see. Has anyone else commented on the Facebook? I don't believe so. I have a grand total of 4 people watching, all of which I'm pretty sure are in this room. But that's okay.
My mom was tuned in for a while. She just
for
left.
a while. Did she get bored?
Maybe.
Mrs. M.
Mrs. M. Oh man, where's your mom?
Once Andy's
Brandon?
off mic, she doesn't care anymore. She has some work to do.
She cares about the music.
She has to go, go to work to, support me.
Yeah.
Work? What? Come on.
Support? What?
Fun stuff. But yeah. Also, quick updates. We are going to be...
I just have to say that you guys are on fire today.
What? No, what?
Are you being sarcastic or...
No, I'm being
genuinely
dead serious.
we're on fire?
I think I have never heard so many students talk themselves into a corner on this show before until today. That's an overstatement. Is that an overstatement? Okay.
No, yeah, especially Haylee guy.
We were just laughing.
I didn't talk myself into a corner. You were in the corner.
No. I mean, I mentioned one thing about Johnny Depp, and then Haylee was about ready to beat me up.
You said, does he have an Oscar or whatever you said, something rude. Now, I'm just saying, Johnny
But
Depp
does he
is
have
much
an
more
Oscar,
successful than any person in this room.
No,
I mean,
So-
that's an easy target, though. That's not saying
yeah,
much.
I know.
mean,
That's like we're not actors, so we can't.
you could compare me to anyone in Hollywood. They're more
I wasn't
successful
even saying
than me.
anything negative
dog
about Bob
doesn't even
Dylan.
have
I was
an
just
Emmy.
saying, it just sounds like something like a famous person does. That doesn't.
What's your
generally
favorite Johnny Depp movie, Haylee?
Well, mine's Pirates of the Caribbean. That's my
Oh.
favorite
Yeah.
movie.
Have y'all seen...
Edward Scissorhands.
That's a
the
good one.
What was that recent one where he's like a mob leader?
Black Mass.
Black Mass. There we
I
go.
love
That was
that
a
movie.
great movie.
Was it good? I never got to see it.
He was in
really
that one
good.
about John Dillinger a couple of years back too. That was a really good one.
I think for Black Mass, though, he got snubs for the Oscars. I think he deserved a nomination for that. That was one of the best roles he's ever done.
Jesse Plemons was good in that too. Yeah. No, I mean it was great. It's about Whitey Bulger. He's basically was the real life Tony
He
Soprano.
looked exactly like the guy. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Johnny Depp is the next Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm calling it right now.
Bet we're just gonna be rooting for him.
2016, November 18th.
I think someone's trying to get your attention, Koke.
The Coming of Depp.
I like how
All right, I'm
Brian
switching
just
the mics back.
Bye, Facebook.
try to be nice about it.
All right, people, welcome back to GMTT Fridays with the boys, plus Haylee. So, next up we have prepared for you, listeners
It should
and
be
watchers.
Haylee and the boys.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Does it really matter the
That's
order
our
of
Haylee
which
and the
I say
bros.
it in?
That's our
Haley
60s.
and the bros.
Are we really
Yeah.
being that petty this morning?
I like it.
All right, so
You're the only one offended.
prepared today, we have a Donald Trump trivia game, of which I took the liberty to prepare for DG's roasting, I suppose. We're going to see
A light
if
simmer.
DG knows these facts about Donald Trump. We're each going to ask him a question, and we have a couple of sound effects prepared, so whoever's on board there, I think it's still DG. If you get the question correct, you will hear the following sound.
You were right, DG.
But if you get the question incorrect, the following sound will play.
Wrong.
All right, so pretty self-explanatory. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? So, DG, we're
Yes.
going to start off with an easy one, okay? My first
How
question.
do you spell Trump?
Not that easy.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Question number 1. What city in New York was Donald Trump born in? Is it A, New York City, B, Albany, C, Syracuse, or D, Buffalo? What city was Donald Trump born in?
You sound like a TV show host. I like it.
I'm trying here.
Do I get to phone a friend?
You do not.
Do I get a 50-50?
We can do a 50-50 maybe. One of these.
Okay.
Come on,
So
DG.
take away
I'll
two of the wrong
eliminate
answers.
one of the answers, okay? I will eliminate Syracuse. So you're down to Albany, Buffalo, or New York City. What city
I
was he born
knew
in?
New York's been his home for the longest time, but I suspect he probably was not born there. I would say Buffalo.
Well, DG, that is incorrect.
Wrong.
It's actually New York City.
Whoa. Bonus points. Queens, New York. Shout out.
Sorry, DG.
Why
but
was
you have
that bonus
to play your buttons when
But he's
you're
from
wrong.
Queens.
Okay.
Donald Trump's from Queens.
All right. Let's see. Let's move on to question number 2.
That's in New York City, Brian.
Oh, really? Well, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize Queens.
If you're going to be a trivia host, you have to at least know the facts.
Oh, my
Brian.
God.
Well, all right. Let's move on.
I didn't think it was relevant, okay? It's already been decided. You got it wrong.
The game
We're
show
moving on.
is kind of like Donald Trump's campaign. There's
Oh my
not
gosh.
really that many
My hosts
facts.
are fighting me on this. Question number 2. Trump University, a for-profit education company which ran a real estate training program that is now defunct after multiple lawsuits, lasted how long? Is it A, 2007 to 2011, B, 2003 to 2008, C, 2005 to 2010, or D, 2006 to 2009? How long did Trump University last?
Well, it's interesting. You're asking how long did it last, but then you're giving me time periods.
Well, like
So-
between which time periods that I listed?
I'll go with number 4, whatever the last one was. 06 to 09, was it?
Yes, and that is actually incorrect.
Wrong.
It is actually 2005 to 2010 was the
You're on a
life
roll, D.
of
You're on a roll.
Trump University. On a roll, it's fine. Moving on. So Donald Trump is obviously a rich man. You know, that's no secret to anybody. But how rich are we talking? Is it A, $5 billion? This is net worth, by the way. B, $900 million. C, $1 billion. Or D, $3 billion. What is Donald Trump's net worth?
I'm going to say D, $3 billion.
That is correct.
You were right, DG.
Yes, in fact, you were right, DG. Thanks, Robo.
Great job.
All right, so far we are 1 for 3. Not bad, not bad. Question number 4. What is Donald Trump's ancestral last name? Is it A, Trumpf, B, Drumpf, C, Drunth, or D, Drunk? What is Donald Trump's ancestral last name?
Drumpf.
That is correct.
You were right,
Look at
DG.
Deej, man.
And
Deej
this
is
actually became
coming
famous
back.
from that John Oliver episode where he kind of exposed it, and there were the hashtags saying Mike Donald Drumpf again. So, yeah, that was correct.
2 for 4.
2 for 4, and not
making a
too
comeback.
shabby. Okay.
Already doing better than the football program. Just saying.
Oh, a little too soon. I wasn't ready for that hot take. All right, question number 5. Brace yourself, DG. This one's kind of a mouthful.
Okay.
In a now famous match that has since gone
Yes.
down in WWE WrestleMania history, Brandon knows this one, Andrew knows this one, known as the Battle of the Billionaires, in which Trump was in the corner of superstar Bobby Lashley against Vince McMahon, who was in the corner of Umaga. The loser had to shave their head by the victor. Trump's corner was the victor of the match, and McMahon's hair was shaved while millions watched. Which edition of WrestleMania did this take place? Was it A, WrestleMania 20, B, WrestleMania 21, C, WrestleMania 22, or D, WrestleMania 23? What edition did the Battle of the Billionaires take place?
I'm going to guess that it was 20.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's
That
my
is
final answer.
incorrect.
Wrong.
It's actually WrestleMania 23.
That was a fun match, by the way.
And
That
yet,
was a great match.
Did he take a stunner? Did he
Yeah.
He took a Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah, he's the only president to ever take a Stone Cold Stunner.
Ooh.
Good God Almighty.
Good God Almighty,
God
as the
almighty.
great JR
Glass
would say.
breaks. That's a good Stone Cold.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, I think we have time for a few more.
So I'm at 3 for 5.
You are at 3...
2 for 5.
2 for 5, yes.
Okay, still doing better than Tech football.
Ooh, savage. I can't take it.
Continues. to
Question
be
number
savage.
6, Mr. Ginter. When did Trump announce his candidacy for President of the United States? Is it A, June 16th, 2015, July 18th, 2015, C,
Wait. Are you talking about the first time or this last time?
this previous time? So
When he
before he got
won.
elected just now, when did he announce it? Following. Okay. So I'll read over the answers again. So A, June 16th, 2015. B, July 18th, 2015. C, August 15th, 2015. Or D, September 12th, 2015. When did President-elect Donald Trump announce his candidacy? The most recent time. Any guesses, DG? What
I'm
are your
guessing
thoughts?
August of last year.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, it is.
Well, sadly, DG, that is incorrect.
Wrong.
It is actually June 16th, 2015 is when he made his announcement. So we are now 2 for 6. Not a
Still
great
doing
score.
better than Tech football.
Still doing better than Tech football, though. Can attest for that. Thoughts, anyone? I know Brandon has a hot take he wanted to share with us.
Not. I'm just praying that DG at least gets below Texas Tech football so we can start trashing the university.
Too much roasting. Okay. Next one is about a very tall building known as Trump Tower. Trump Tower,
A very tall
the
building.
skyscraper located in New York City, stands how tall, DG? Is it A, 37 stories, B, 45 stories, C, 58 stories, or D, 62 stories? How tall is Trump Tower? Thoughts? You can phone a friend for this one. But you're limited on time.
I think we're going to go with the 50. Was it 55, 54?
58.
58. We'll go with 58.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
And that is correct, DG.
You were right, DG.
Yes, you were right. It is 58 stories. Okay,
so
3 for
DG
7.
moves on to a bowl game. Texas Tech does not.
Not quite.
Not quite, but we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. You just got to get the next few correct. Question number 8. What is...
This is a tough one.
This
the
one's
Dollar
kind of a tough
Tree
one.
Bowl.
What is Donald Trump's religious affiliation? Is it A, atheist, B, agnostic, C, Celtic polytheism,
Yes.
or D, Presbyterianism? What is Donald Trump's religious affiliation?
This is easy. Come on, DG.
Is it, though?
It's going to be D. He's Presbyterian.
Okay, there you go. That one is correct.
You were right, DG.
Now you're definitely better than Texas Tech football. now
We
we're
are
definitely going.
exceeding the expectations we
Guns
have for
up.
Tech football.
I was
Guns
kind of
up.
hoping it was the Celtic polytheism.
That would have been something.
I was kind of hoping.
Yeah,
for
won
that.
2 in a row. That's not something Tech's accomplished. Though.
Ooh, man! I hope none of the football team is listening right now.
I hope they are.
Oh boy! You know what? Maybe they should listen to
That's
this.
a hot take.
That's a hot take if I ever heard one.
The ones that are remaining, since everyone's leaving.
Exactly. Question number 9. Donald Trump's wife and soon-to-be First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump, was born in which country? Is it A, Croatia, B, Hungary, C, Slovenia, or D, Austria? Where is Melania Trump from?
Well, I was going to say Eastern Europe, but all of those countries are in Eastern Europe.
You think I was going to make it that easy, DG? Come on.
That's okay. That's okay.
You got it, Deej. You got it.
I'm going to go with C.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct. It is C, Slovenia. That is where Melania Trump
You
is
were
from.
right, DG.
All right, he's definitely in a bowl game now.
All right. Question. We're definitely talking bowl game
Now
now.
we're talking bowl game stuff right here.
All right. Question number 10. Who is the first winner of Celebrity Apprentice? Is it A, Kendra Todd, B, Gene Simmons, C, Trace Adkins, or D, Pierce Morgan? Who is the first winner of Celebrity Apprentice?
I'm going to go with Trace Adkins, even though I
Trace
didn't watch
Adkins.
Celebrity Apprentice. I'm
Trace
going with
Atkins
Trace.
is a country singer.
Yes, I
Yes,
know.
quite.
Yes. Okay.
Is that your final answer, DG?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, I am sad to say that is incorrect.
Wrong.
The answer is actually Pierce Morgan, being the first winner of Celebrity Apprentice. Now, that is the first 10 questions, but you know what? I'm feeling pretty generous, DG, so I'm going to throw a bonus question at you. This one's 50-50.
Wait,
true
we're
or
going
false.
into overtime?
We're going to overtime.
Well, DG's always better at overtime than some local college teams.
You already said it. You might as well just say Tech football.
And Lubbock Christian.
And Lubbock Christian. All right. Bonus question. Donald Trump has a grand total of 5 grandchildren. Is this true or false? Donald Trump has 5 grandchildren.
These are tough, man. I don't even know if I would do this good.
What are you thinking, DG?
I'm thinking he's got more than 5.
Does he?
But
though?
I'm not going to cheat and look it up online. I'm thinking he has more than 5, but
So you were going with false?
I'm going to say, does he have a grand total of 5 grandchildren? I will say false.
All right, DG, that is correct.
Wow.
You were right, DG.
You were right, DG. He has 7
He has
grandchildren.
8, according to Haylee.
He's
I think
8.
8.
I thought it was 7.
That's a bowl game.
Okay,
man.
well, we're going with 8, I guess. So there you go. So adding up the total, that was, I'm thinking, what was it, 4 out of 11 questions? Is that correct? 5? 4 or 5?
It is 5.
Anyone
6.
keep track?
You're not
It's
even
6.
keeping track.
I'm not even keeping track. I'm just being the shady host.
Oh, much
Okay.
like Tech football. I'm not keeping track of it either.
Man, this
Dude,
guy.
savage. Savage.
We're going to get beat up, DG. You better chill.
DG,
If they win
do you
next week, I
support this University's Texas Tech football team? I don't understand
No,
anymore.
I don't.
understand what happened.
There's a lot of deep sea, but I will say that, like Josh, I was agreeing with y'all in the sports segment earlier. I think if there is a game that Iowa is not supposed to win, it won't be this one. I think they'll win. I think if there's a game that Texas Tech is supposed to win, it won't be
Should
this
be
one.
this one.
So
It
I'm
won't
just
be
saying.
this one.
They win it is because of us.
Yes, because y'all were talking about the team's psyche, so I'm doing everything I can to basically piss them off.
They
so
don't
that
know
they're
how to
gonna be
win.
Psyched up for the game. So anyway.
Okay. A little bit of reverse psychology. I can dig it. All right. Well, thank you for participating, DG, in this very tough trivia game, which you did pretty well on. So congratulations on your success.
Thanks.
And if you were playing along on Facebook or you were listening at home, thanks for participating as well. Let us know what scores you got in our Trump trivia game. But I think we have time for another quick music break, and then we'll be back talking some announcements later on throughout the day. Here is Tyler Daniel Bean, Willow II, Don't Go Anywhere. It's GMTT.
Vision, and it's bacon.
This just in, Andy Koke has a vision about bacon. Well, it's been a pretty fun episode. Were any of y'all playing along? Did you get these right?
I mean, I had the answers
I
in front of
haven't
me, so
studied.
I was like 11 for 11.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cheating.
Wait,
but that's okay.
wait, how many did you get right again?
He got 6 out of 11. I thought it was 4 or 5, but
What was the quote? What was the quote that he said? We're going to be tired of winning,
Dang,
or
DG.
something like that.
I'm kind of tired of winning, you know?
Yeah.
you know, winning gets a little boring
We
sometimes.
should lose sometime.
But I'm sure Haley knew most of these because I know Haley
I
likes
studied.
trivia.
I even studied
like
for
trivia.
this. I took all of the Trump quizzes online that I could, and not a single one of those questions was one that I studied.
Well, there you go. So you tried to cheat.
No.
You were-
How is studying
He
cheating?
studied.
That's cheating.
It's cheating.
Y'all,
That is
can we
cheating.
please just talk for a minute about how great all the Joe Biden memes are on Facebook?
Oh, the
Oh,
Yes.
my God.
They are out of
yes.
control.
They're
So
actually
good.
my favorite thing on the internet right now.
What? Why is that a thing all of a sudden?
It's
I don't
just
know why. It's so funny, though. Oh, my
Because
God.
he and Obama truly are like bros, and it
Yeah,
just, it just
that's what makes it so funny.
For
Yeah.
real. Like, oh, it's just the
They're
funniest thing.
bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just
They're
love
bros
each other.
for life. DG.
They're just so great. He's like, I put sticky, what are they, thumbtacks in the chair in the Oval, and Obama's like, Joe, why? He's like, it'll be great.
He put Cheetos in the one of the bathrooms in the White House in case Trump wants to powder his nose. It was the one I saw.
Just keeps saying, like, he keeps calling him Tiny Hands, and I'm like, I'm coming for you, Tiny Hands.
My favorite one was when Trump, it was like right before Trump was supposed to meet up with Obama after he got elected, and it was a Joe Biden meme saying, I give him the wrong address and see how long it takes, and Obama's just like, Joe, you can't just do that.
Yeah, I like the one like that. It's like, I'm not going to give him the Wi-Fi password. Obama's like, Joe.
Joe, come on.
Nah, I feel like Joe Biden used to be like a scrappy youngster, and when he was
He
younger.
was probably a bit of a
Hey,
troublemaker.
Haley, I know you're really interested in like talking about like super attractive guys. Did you ever see that Joe
What?
Biden?
Let's not talk about me, you guys.
You see that Joe Biden? Did you see when he was like young? Like the
Yes,
picture
I saw the
traveling
thing that was
internet?
like, Joe, I could text a young Joe Biden at 4:30, and he could not reply till 8:30, and I could answer at 8:26.
No,
I was like, yeah,
the dude was a good-looking dude. He was young, man.
that's funny.
Oh, man. Well, as much as I would love to talk about dreamy young Joe Biden, we got to move on. Thanks for watching
Dreamy.
Facebook. It's been a fun episode so far.
What a dreamboat.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's Friday GMTT. We are at the tail end of the hour. You just finished listening to a little bit of Tyler Daniel Bean, along with some Trump trivia right beforehand. It's been fun. DG got 6 out of 11, and it's been really good so far. A couple of announcements before we wrap this baby up. Tonight, we will be over at the Lucas Center from 7:30 until 9:30 for the Badland Nelsons, who will be performing tonight. You can come out and hang out with us, meet all your favorite KTXTians like myself. Andrew Marks will be out there. Brandon, you going?
Yeah, I'll probably head out there.
Okay, cool. Andy, you going?
I'm going home to Dallas, actually.
Okay, well, Andy's lame and he's not going.
He's Andy.
You're fired.
Yeah. What's
It's
the
fine.
story there, Andrew?
What?
I mean,
What?
I'm going home to Dallas.
Oh, did it sound like it was
It
a
sounded
Sounded
very
very
sad.
upset about it.
Wrong.
You are incorrect.
I'm not sad, but I mean, the 5-hour drive isn't that exciting, so.
No,
Five.
I can see.
Enchiladas.
Uptergrove, you going to Luca?
I won't be going to Luca. I'm so sorry. I am going to the Lubbock Children's Home. We're going to take care of some kids tonight, and then we have a skate party.
Okay, well, at least you have a good excuse.
That
You do
that
good.
isn't wrong.
That is not wrong.
That is right.
I'm a little upset I didn't get back to the skate party. That's
Oh
all I'm
yeah,
saying.
it's called a '90s
party.
party.
Millennials
It's
still
for my
skate?
sorority.
Really?
I was not
There's
aware of this
actually
either.
a skating rink in Lubbock.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I want to
but
go
there's
really
more than
bad.
one.
For anybody who wants to go, I love skating
I've been
rinks.
before,
You
actually.
can come tonight. Come tonight from
it's
10:30
alright.
to like 1 a.m.
Dang, y'all skating for life over there.
Yep.
Oh man. Well, it's been absolute fun. Don't forget to check us out. The Battle of Nelsons will be out there until 9:30. You can come say hi, check out some cool music. It's kind of folksy, kind of West Texas
Hey, Brian.
genre. Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you all. To you, Mr. Medina, you, Mr. Marks, and Miss Uptergrove as well.
Favorite
You too, Brandon.
favorite Thanksgiving
I mean,
side.
Brian.
Here we go.
Favorite Thanksgiving
Here we go.
side. I'm going
It's all about the mashed potatoes, bro.
mashed potato. I'm going either mashed potatoes or stuffing.
Oh no, I love macaroni. That's like my favorite.
Macaroni.
That's like
Okay.
my favorite thing on.
Y'all are-
Favorite side?
Y'all are screwing it up right now. It's all about those sweet potatoes. You know
Oh,
this.
thank you,
You
Andy.
know this.
Okay.
You
I mean,
know
these
this.
are all amazing
DG,
things.
DG favorite Thanksgiving side.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Side.
Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes with
Actually, I'd say
marshmallows.
I would agree with the other assessment. It's dressing, but we don't go with the standard cornbread dressing at my house.
What do you go with?
My grandmother and my mom both have this sausage dressing that you stuff into the turkey, and it's
No.
Whoa.
it's like a second meat choice.
This is a game changer.
It
Can
is
you
so
give me the
good.
recipe after
Oh,
the
yeah.
show?
Can
Can I get your address to come
Oh,
over?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm a
man.
huge
Come
fan
on
of the
by.
stuffing. That stuff's good.
Getting
One
hungry,
big
man.
announcement though, real quick before we leave.
Yes.
We need these 10 likes to hit 2,000
Yes.
on Facebook. So everybody get there. Please.
Do it. 10 more likes until
We're
we
currently
reach
at 1990, and that was a great year.
2,000. For those of us, that were alive. I guess.
I was born.
Andrew Marks was born in 90. Well, folks, it has been absolute fun. Let us know your favorite side dishes for Thanksgiving. But this is going to be our last show before the break, so we are going to go ahead and sign off here. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's been absolute fun. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Go Tech, not the Cowboys. All the good stuff.
Go Spurs.
Go Spurs, go.
Yo, Jack to the future.
See you guys next time.
Wrong.
Bye.
It's Undercurrents. I'm Greg McVicker. Welcome. You're in the right place. We've got all kinds of music coming your way that I think you're going to